are very, very confident.
The tires are built for endurance, the tires are built for racing.
The machine is really put to its complete peak of output.
The experience is absolutely surreal. Okay, ready?
At Evo India, we love breaking records. We've done some incredible stuff, but this really takes the cake. We are going to go the distance. We are using the Apache RR310 and we are going to set the 24-hour speed endurance records. We are going to be running on the Apollo Alpha H1 tires, and the challenge is to run that one set of tires for the entire 24 hours.
Apollo Tire is the first Indian tire company to introduce in the market the 0-degree steel belt technology.
The TVS Apache RR310 is what we picked for this record run, a motorcycle that has been designed and developed here in India. A 24-hour run like this puts intense amount of strain on the machine. The engine is running in top gear nearly against the rev limiter. The suspension is working hard on the bankings, and every single component is at the maximum amount of strain for the entire duration. The bike needs to be up to the task and needs to fill the riders with confidence to keep it pinned. The frame of the RR310 lends its supreme stability, which could be felt through the crosswinds. The cooling system worked effectively to ensure the engine was running well. The ergonomics ensured that riders could remain in a comfortable crouch for the entire stint, while the fairing protected them from the worst of the wind blasts. The TVS RR310 needed to be flawless all through this, and it was. The current record for the 24-hour speed endurance challenge lies at 2,525 kilometers. This was set 23 years ago. That's how long the FMSCI record has stood. There is another record not certified by the FMSCI, but it is there in the India Book of Records. That was set by an important motorcycle with a large capacity 1250cc engine. That record is at 3,141 kilometers. The first bike has flagged off 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. The other two bikes will flag off at 1 minute 30-second interval so that the bikes are equally spaced out. We are all set for the 24-hour speed endurance challenge.
On a record attempt like this, the strategy is critical, and the strategy for these riders here is simple. Flat out on the gas.
Endurance run, which is there for 24 hours, non-stop riding of a motorcycle, it really asks a lot from the machine. There are constant high revs, high temperature, thereby the machine is really put to its complete peak of output.
It is going to be intense, and for that we need an ace crew of riders. We have TVS Racing's riding team. They are here in force. We have the Evo India team out here in force, and we have Apollo Tires' test engineers also on hand.
I just came in from my first stint and it is intense out there. Especially the crosswinds on the banking, they are just mad.
So, first stint went well. Track is fully dry, no issue at all on the track. Just some crossing wind at the end of the main straight, but is acceptable. I mean, we can manage with the bike. Just you can adjust your seat position.
here at the pit stop is also extremely crucial. A quick turnaround time here means that the rider can get out on the track as fast as possible. Here are a few things that happen at a pit stop. First, the riders swap. So one rider comes out, the next rider gets on, a fresh rider is on so that he has all the energy he needs to do a stint as fast as possible. And while the rider is being swapped, there's also a fuel top-up that happens, so the next rider has enough fuel to tackle his 1 hour stint. The next thing that's also very crucial is that the tire is inspected for a bunch of parameters: tread wear, tire heat and tire degradation. Apart from that, they also check air pressures, and once every 1,000 kilometers or so, the engine oil is also topped up.
Amazing 2.5 hours on the nut tracks, and the bikes are really doing well, and all the 3 riders which are right now on the track are extremely doing well with their machines, and I think the tire is supporting them as well. We are right now clocking almost 147-148 km per hour as a speed, which is very good. At this speed, I'm sure we are going to break this record.
Well, in the last lap, something shattered my visor. I'm hoping it's a bird.
We are using a tag heuer system, a photocell system, which is collected with a decoder and onto the laptop. This is used for timing the bikes. As and when they pass the photocell beam, which is on either side of the track, we get a signal and we'll have to enter that here.
The tires are looking good. As you can see, the bike's just coming in. I think it's wearing just the way we expected it to be, and it's going to go on.
I think as I was riding, I did come across a little baby jackal crossing the road through many birds in the track.
The bikes have been running continuously now for 6 hours. In spite of the heat, in spite of the rain, I think the tire conditions are damn good. The wear rates are looking very normal.
We have crossed the 7.5 hours mark, and we have achieved 1,136 kilometers. That is pretty good average.
मेरी हालत देख के पता लग गया होगा एंड इट वॉज अ गुड 1 hour रन ऑन दिस ट्रैक और मज़ा आ गया. टॉप स्पीड जो मेरी थी दैट वाज 163.
We got a fair bit of wildlife. So I got the jackal again crossing the track. I got peacocks twice. The second time I actually had to brake because they were crossing the track. So it's like a high-speed wildlife safari also. It's dusk now. Well, it's almost nightfall, and that poses another challenge. Now visibility obviously becomes an issue, so the riders have to stay super focused, especially the riders that are doing this stint. So they've come in from proper daylight into the dark, so they have to get their eyes adjusted, and the next set of riders that are going out will be properly in the dark. We are 12 hours into the run and we've covered 1800 kilometers. So the pace is on track. But as you can see, night is well and truly upon us. So obviously visibility is not going to be as good as it was during the day. The guys over at Bike and Biker, they have hooked us up with auxiliary lights for each of the 3 bikes. So we got a set of Baja Squadron Pro, Denali D4 and Diode Dynamics SS3 Pros on each of the bikes, and those make a world of difference. So they're lighting up the track properly, we can anticipate dangers, we can look further ahead and keep an eye out for all the wildlife that is here.
I've just come back from a stint and the experience is absolutely surreal. Look, I've done this in cars before, but cars and bikes, they're not the same, not even close. The consequences on a motorcycle are much bigger. If things go wrong in a car, what you're going to do? You're going to spin out, you're going to hit the guardrail. On the bike, it's a lot tougher. If things go south, things can really go south. Out here, it's brutal. The wind is coming at you. You're exposed to the elements. It's insane. But I don't want to get too morbid. There is an upside to doing this on the motorcycle. Out here on the motorcycle, there are no distractions. It's you with the throttle wide open and just your thoughts to deal with. It's almost meditative.
16 hours and 55 minutes into the 24-hour endurance run, we shattered the 20-year-old record set by the Hero Honda Charisma. Exactly 20 hours and 42 minutes into the event, at 6:42 in the morning, Monday morning, we crossed 3,142 kilometers and set a new India Book of Records for the maximum distance covered. And we haven't finished 24 hours, but now officially the TVS Apache RR310 on the Apollo Alpha H1 tires is the fastest motorcycle, has clocked the maximum distance in 24 hours of any motorcycle in India. And they're still going strong. We have well over 3 hours remaining and we are not rolling off the throttle now. The bike is performing extremely well and maintaining consistent levels of performance. The Apollo tires are also running exceptionally with a lot more left to give. So, our target is to set a new record that should be rather difficult for anyone to break in the near future. Now, it's just a matter of finding out how far we can push that envelope. And that's it, 24 hours are done and we've hit the record by a massive margin. 3,657.92 kilometers. When we started off, we thought that 3,141, which was the existing India Book of Records, would be too much of an ask. We are after all doing it with a 310cc motorcycle and we're doing it with one set of Apollo Alpha H1 tires on the entire run. But we exceeded our margin by a massive amount. 3,657.92 with an average speed well in excess of 150 kilometers per hour. It is a massive testament to Indian motorcycles on Indian tires at an Indian proving ground. That makes us really, really proud.
Happy to say that a new Indian national record has been created of 3,657.92 kilometers over an average speed of 152.20 kilometers per hour. Congratulations all around.
मैं इंडिया बुक ऑफ रिकॉर्ड की तरफ से आप सभी लोगों को ये सर्टिफाइड करता हूँ कि आप लोगों ने ये एक अचीवमेंट जो किया हासिल उसके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ.
Super excited to see a wonderful event today where Indian record was created with all Indian players, Indian tires, Indian bike, and the place where it is happening, the longest high-speed track in the Asia and the best as well at night track. So congratulations to the entire team. Thank you.